Uh, Nothing really. Just go out there and do your job. I mean, we preach it every day here. Just go out there and do your job, and I'm no exception to the rule. Just go out there, do your job, and everything will fall in line. I have my units. I'll argue it's the best in the country. My holder, Reed Bauer, best in the country, and my snapper Colby Cox is putting platters for me all day long. So when I go out there, I feel like everything's going to be there, and I just got to do my job. I don't have to worry about the snap. I don't have to worry about the hold. It's just everything's there for me to be successful. So I need to go out there and be successful.
How important is, for a kicker to just continue to stay in your routine, whether it's at the end of the game or third quarter or whatever?
Yeah, it definitely gets difficult towards the end of the game, especially like for me. I did have a miss early, so mentally it's hard, and you do have to just. I mean, it's so hard, but you just got to put it behind you, and you really just got to focus on the next kick. And everybody on the team's coming up to me, man. We're still gonna need you this game. Like you can't get out of your headspace or anything like that. Like you just need to stay locked in. So stayed locked in. I knew the team had my back, so just go in and next kick mentality every time. Just next ball.
Did you notice anything different on the kick that you made at the end of the regulation versus what you missed like when you going through it?
No, I didn't think anything of it. I just, I tried to do the same thing every time. That first one, I just kind of left my hips open a little bit and pushed it right, and I'll get it fixed. I don't need to miss those that early in the game, especially when the game's that close. But no, I don't. Mechanically, like physically, mentally, I mean, everything was the same. You go through the same. You try to mimic the same kick every time, whether it's a PAT or a 60-yarder. So.
We talked about that earlier in the season, but do you just have that? Is that just like you miss a kick and you're just like, I'm ready to go? I know I'm
Yeah, yeah, it's just, yeah. I mean, it's either something you develop or you're born with it. I've always been away like next thing. I don't try to. I saw something the other day. Jelly Roll actually said it. He said the windshield's bigger than the rear view for a reason. Like, look forward. Like, you miss a kick, it's behind you. Keep looking forward through the windshield. It's a big windshield. Keep looking forward, and everything's gonna be all right.
So, for you, Seth, that fourth quarter, when it's as crazy as that is in terms of points being scored, how do you stay focused and driven in what you got to do?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like Gillis said, just taking it one play at a time. They kind of limited our possessions in the third quarter. I think we only had one possession, and that ended up in a fumble because, they took 4 minutes off the clock, and then I think Chandler had a pick six or someone had a pick six, and then they scored, and then we had a long drive. So, we knew we would have to win the fourth quarter to win the game. And, obviously that's the most important quarter to win. So just happy we made it to overtime and were able to win the game. So.
And then when in that first overtime period, when they missed the field goal, and you either going to score a touchdown or win with a field goal, does that kind of change what you're thinking on that drive, knowing that you can win with a field goal?
Yeah, for sure. It changes the play calling because we ran the ball every play. So we had faith in Gillis. If they stopped the run, then we just kick a field goal and win the game. But they couldn't stop the run in the overtime period, and that came down to just will to win and will to finish from our offensive line and our tight ends and Blake. A lot of people made mistakes this game early on, and I'm just proud of our guys for the way we responded and bounced back. I had a pick early and responded pretty well, I guess. Blake had the fumble, responded well. Everyone made mistakes, so just being able to respond and come out with the win is all that matters.
How are you feeling physically?
I feel good. Thank you.
When you went out and came back in, anything like when you pop up, were you like, I'm ready to go back? Or is
I mean, there's definitely some, questions, I guess, even coming into the game of whether or not I would play. Just based off last week, too. I came out last week. So, I mean, we definitely have faith in our quarterback room and then Tevin in the situation that, I wouldn't be able to go. But, I just, I figured it would be best for our team if I was out there at the end of the day. So, just took some more medicine and, I was all right pretty much.
Did you feel better in the second half? I mean, it seemed like the second half you were well.
No, not really, but just people stepping up. My teammates stepped up for sure. The defense made a stop when they needed to get us the ball back in order to go down and tie the game. And we had multiple. In the fourth quarter, I don't really remember, but I feel like we had a bunch of drives scoring drives just to be able to tie the game. Joe stepped up, caught a post. Demir put his body on the line on multiple catches. He made a spectacular seam catch, and then I tried to throw it on the one he got hurt. There's a lot of people that stepped up. Like someone said, Mitch Gildehouse stepped in at left guard, and he played well. Proud of him, really proud of him. And then Terrence, obviously, I think that was like his third start. There's definitely a lot of people that are factored into winning games. So just my hat's off to those guys for making plays when we needed to.
That throw to Joey, you talked about, was that the same play as the
That was different. But it was still a post. Still a post against Quarters. And it was a duck. I kind of got a little bit of pressure. I threw it, and Joe just made a play. I didn't even see what happened. I was on the ground. But just kudos to Joe for making a play when he needed to. I definitely missed a lot of throws. I missed Rock on a double move early, going to their building thing. I missed Kobe Drake up the seam, and that was before we missed the field goal, and then they went down and scored to make it a 10-point game. Those things, you can't do those against really good teams. So definitely need to do a better job of my accuracy in those situations, and can't do that against SMU next week if we want to win the game. So everyone has some things to clean up, but just happy we got out of here with a win and, back to the film room.
What feels different about, like, last year losing close games, this year winning close games? What feels like the difference?
Yeah, that's been a question, throughout the whole season since we've won so many of the one-score game or one-possession games. And I just go back to leadership and just love for each other. That was kind of the word and the word of the week, I guess. And we have great leaders on our team. I feel like Jeff. There's a lot of upperclassmen, Jalen Allen, Colmonte, Simeon Blair. I think Cam Smith is stepping into his leadership role. Obviously, this guy next to me, and even Gillis for the specialists. He works hard every single day in the off season, and I feel like that's where some of your chemistry comes from. So I just say leadership and the love for each other, the love for the game, and the will to win. We're just a tough team, and people complain that all of our games are close, but we're sitting at 8-2, and there's a lot of teams that would kill to be 8-2 right now. A lot of coaching staffs that would kill to be 8-2. So just proud of our guys, and back to the drawing boards for SMU.
That's my first ever pick six, or ever pick in my life too. Just so you know, that's my first ever pick, ever. Like Little League, high school, anything. That's my first ever pick. I always dropped them. But I don't remember the play call really, but I think we were in some type of pressure, and they motioned to empty, and usually empty means draw or some type of screen. And I felt the guards, I felt them releasing, and I saw the quarterback's eyes. And I kind of felt the tight end coming, so I kind of stayed in front of it. And D-line did a great job getting pressure and pressured him into a throw to where he can just lead it out. He tried to lead it out in front of him, and I kind of just jumped in front of him, and the rest is history,
And you and Jeff both made some key plays, not just the interceptions, but some key third down stuff and so on. What was the communication like between you and him in the field?
Next play. That's all we can say, and just maybe we had a bust, maybe we had a bad play here. Next play, like, let's keep the guys up, let's keep everybody going, and you never know how the game can change. Like, on the sideline, my thing was, like, we playing Madden. Like, you playing Madden, you down 10, you're not worried. You just need one stop. That's what I was saying on the sideline. Like, you really just need one stop. So it's just continue to communicate to the guys, like, one stop, we one stop away, and we got the one stop we needed. So.
When you were returning that, were you thinking back to the return last week?
PTSD.
You think that because I saw the guy coming in.
Yeah, I felt too. I just kind of picked my knees up a little bit, maybe got a little high speed, but it was just don't get caught, because I got caught last week. Really, that was my thing. Don't get caught.
That play you had in the fourth quarter, I don't know if it was a design run, it was a sack, or you tackled the quarterback on that third down. Can you just take us through that play?
They were running heavy personnel, and they were giving us fits with the heavy personnel they were in, and I don't remember the exact call, but we were just pinching the D-line, and I had my C gap. So I took my C gap. The ball went away. I went to the running back first, and I was just like, I gotta hawk him now. I think I had to play like that earlier in the game, just coming from behind and trying to make a play, trying to do whatever I can do to get the win.
Did you feel like that? Because like we were just talking about, you're down, you just need one stop, and then you made that play. Did you feel like
Just
that
one
time,
stop.
that's what we needed?
Just one stop, and I think it was a momentum shift for us too, and just belief. Everybody believes, and nobody ever batted an eye on the sideline. Nobody ever was like worried or anything. So I think it was a momentum shift we needed. And then,
How is the belief in each other, right? Just to get one stop, and have the belief that your offense is going vice versa for the offense to believe the defense is going to have a stop. How important is just that belief in one another to be able to win some of the close games that you got to have?
that's crucial. That's what we go through fall camp in 110-degree for. In 110-degree weather, that's what you work for. Really, these are the moments you really live for. Just to prove to yourself and to your teammates that you can do it. And it's just we all bonded. Nobody ever batted an eye. We all believed in each other, and the rest is history. We had a great team, great leadership, like Seth was saying, and everybody can just continue to fight. Nobody ever gives up.
Just quickly, one more for Tanner. Just to, I know it's obviously a lot, but to go back to where you were at the beginning of the season, Brian talked about being able to third string, doing kickoffs, and then coming to make that kick that essentially saves the Steve's chance of making these kicks. What does that mean?
It means everything. I've prayed for a moment like this for a long time, so I definitely do need to give the glory to God while I'm on the stage right now. So I do give all the thanks to the Lord above. We prepare so hard, and like he said, we prepare endlessly and endlessly and endlessly, and you go through every scenario, every situation you could ever think of in a practice. Believe it or not, that situation right there has been scripted in a practice. We were ready for that. We've been down in practice, running a scenario, and we go out and, we execute. And that's just what you got to do every time. To answer your question, it means the world to me, and, we prepared for it very well. So, it doesn't surprise me when we go out there and we do finish games like we do now, and, it's no shock to me. I believe in this team. We believe in each other. We love each other. We love the game so much, and, there's never a doubt in any of our minds in the preparation that we put in and the time and the work that we do put in out here that when we go out there, we know it's going to be all right. We know we're going to be fine. And the cards are just going to play in our hands the way that we want them to if we control them. So.